Would you like to avoid holding your own wedding reception area like this, with the winds trying to unveil all the beauty? Or even worse case scenarios to come, which you'll see in this video? Then keep tuned and learn how to choose your outdoor wedding venues perfectly well and avoid all this disaster and hee-haggers. Okay? My name is Blessing and welcome to this series of Worry-Free Brides. Let's first of all determine what is an outdoor wedding, okay? So any wedding that you do at the beach, in a tent, in an open space, under a canopy, just outside a building, at your backyard, they are all outdoor weddings, okay? So now, putting apart the fact that outdoor weddings can be very beautiful because then you either have nature as your backdrop, nice leaves, maybe the sound of the sea, ocean, of water, of the birds, of natural light, which some photographers and videographers really love to use the natural light and all those nice things, and if you're in a tent, you can decorate it as you want, you can do anything you want with it. Despite the fact that these are all beautiful and good, this venue of weddings really have, I don't want to say high risk, but they really have their minuses, and those minuses is what we're going to talk about today, okay? So let's start with if you have a tent. There are so many things that can go wrong with a tent. The wind, you have to check the weather forecast if you're going to be having a tent or a canopy wedding or something like that, something that is not that strong, the foundation is not, you know what I mean? So you have to check the weather forecast. Make sure you are having your wedding on a day that is not too windy, and also make sure that the installations is properly put in place, sturdy and strong, okay? That being said, no matter any type of outdoor wedding you want to have, you should always have a backup plan. Very important. For example, if you want to stay close to a beach or a pool wedding or a tent or whatever it is, make sure that have an agreement with the owners of the place. There will always be, or in most cases, not always, in most cases there is always a hall close to it or something, so you can make an agreement with the management of the place to use the hall in case there is any need for it, okay? So you can make an agreement with them to use the hall and pay a little amount of money or whatever way it's been agreed on, and they can give you your money back if you don't get to use it, but then it's all what you have to talk with the management for. Why do you need that backup plan? One, it might rain and you might be on under an open space, or your tent might not be that strong. So if it rains, you will have somewhere to keep your guests for the duration of the rain, unless the theme of your wedding is rain, rain, fall on me. Okay, that being said, another thing you have to consider when you're having an outdoor wedding is the temperature, okay? You don't want your guests to be hot and you too to be hot, so make sure you have enough ventilation around your venue, fans or air conditioners to cool off if it's a hot day, and have water or something to hydrate your guests, and keep them in strategic areas where it's easily accessible to them when they are hot, okay? And then still on the temperature, if the weather is cold, always have a backup plan of blankets that you can give handouts to guests, or you can have a very beautiful place it's kept and make sure your guests know about this place in case they are feeling chilly. They can have something to cover themselves up with, and you yourself should also have something like a jacket or scarf or something in case it's cold. Okay, all right. And another point you have to consider when having an outdoor wedding is make sure that anything you're doing with fire, maybe if you're having a barbecue or something with fire, make sure it is far away from your tent or your canopy if you're not staying in a totally open place. Okay, make sure you have keep those fire things away from this tent or canopies, or maybe you're planning on having fireworks on your wedding day. Just be very careful with this thing. We really don't want to see something like this, a beautiful moment, and then boom, seconds later it's another story altogether. Okay, so let's be careful. Okay. So yeah, I think these are the points that you really have to consider when having an outdoor wedding. And don't let all these things discourage you. An outdoor wedding can be fun, it can be entertaining, it can be relaxing, but you have to keep all these things in mind and have backup plans for all of them in case anything happens. Okay, alright, you guys, I wish you a successful wedding if you're planning to have an outdoor wedding. Okay, and keep a date with Worry Free Bride for more interesting videos to come. Alright, till next time, see you guys. Bye.